Yo, what is going on, you guys? bashtianygo here, and today I'm coming at you with my updated Chimera branded deck profile. Now in September 2023, this is version 2.0 of the deck, or 3.0 I guess you call it, but the second version I'm officially playing, guys. So in the first version, I think I played a little bit too aggressively, playing the DPE package in there, and I just want to go ahead and play a more conservative version for locals. I did end up going X1 in this, losing in a live stream actually hosted by Main Phase on Twitch. If you guys have not followed Main Phase on Twitch, make sure you guys go ahead and do so. Geo for Main Phase actually gave me the quickest 2-0 I've had in my entire career, especially playing this deck, so it is what it is. But I did go undefeated after that, after round 1. So, and also my first time playing on like he's got a whole setup going. It made me nervous, whatever. Point is that the deck is still extremely consistent. We still went X1, whether we're playing DPE version or this version. Just playing more the Frightful engine edge imps as well. So if you guys are interested more in that, this is probably going to be the best version of it for you. But I'm still, you know, testing out what I do like and what I don't like about the deck. Honestly, I very much like this version of the deck. I feel like it's very, like I said, very conservative. It's very conservative, but it does give you a lot of follow-up. The one drawback I do think this deck does have, unfortunately, is going into going into a grind game, just because you do go through a lot of your initial resources quite quickly. But what I do like about this is that we do play additional fiends in there in the event that we have to get rid of both of our Baphomet's turn 1, in the form of, well, I'll go ahead and show you guys in just a little bit, guys, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So of course we're going to start off with our initial engine package that's never going to change, in my opinion at least, of the 3 Cornfield, 3 Sword Knight, and 3 Gazelle, and 2 Big Wing Baphomet. I'm pretty sure any profile you guys have seen, those are the exact same ratios, so there's no really need to go into that right there. Next, for the other engine that I do play, of course I do play, like I said, the Frightful package and the branded engine as well. Engine chain is fantastic in this deck because it gives you an immediate +2 off it. Being able to go ahead and search you Frightful Patchwork then activates to go ahead and search you with Polymerization and another edge imp, so you realistically just keep searching it into itself, and you get a polymerization out of it. You're most likely going to be using it as a fusion material because it is a fiend, and the Chimera card does not specifically say it needs Baphomet. It just says it needs a beast and a fiend. All it needs in order to summon it, so it's going to be really easy to go ahead and use the Edge Imp Chain for that. It has amazing versatility as well, so I absolutely love that card. And then of course you have the 2 copies of Fallen of Albaz. I explained this in my previous profile why I like playing 2 over the 1. I'm still sticking to it, although I have seen a lot of individuals have success with just 1. I would still rather go ahead and have the 2 just to play it safe. And then of course we are still playing the Versago the Destroyer. I know DPE is a little bit too much, but I do still like having the opportunity or the option to go into Dragoon. I actually did not go into Dragoon the entire tournament because I did not see Branded Fusion all 4 rounds. Not one game. I went into multiple game 3s, did not see Branded Fusion not one time in the entire game, entire day. Oh no, I'm lying. I did see it once. But it was game 3. I saw it and my opponent flipped Anti-Spell Fragrance, and I think I ended up winning that one in time, but I mean, there's not much I can do with that. So that was that. But I do still like to have the option to go into, I mean, the Dragoon is just such a blowout card against a lot of really good decks, so honestly, can't complain. Still 3 Drone Lockbird, still 3 Ash, and still the 1 Gamma, 1 Driver. Actually, I think this is a new addition to the deck. Honestly, Sideframe Gear Gamma came up super freaking clutch for me so many times during the tournament, whether it was my opponent summoning a Nimble Beaver to try to go into Sprite plays and me just activating Gamma on it. I did activate this on stream as well against Unchained. It didn't end up going very well, but it is what it is. I just think it has a lot of versatility. One card I'm probably thinking about cutting is going to be Drone Lockbird and main decking Nibiru, or another card, probably Imperm, just another more impactful hand trap, just because Drone Lockbird, a lot of the decks right now can really just play around it, except for most hands of Vanadium. So it really just depends on what I'm going up against, but unfortunately I just don't think it's as impactful as I thought it was going to be. So that was my hand trap lineup. Now on to the spells. We of course played 3 copies of Chimera Fusion, 3 copies of the card I only saw once and couldn't activate because of anti-spell fragrance, then branded fusion, and then we going ahead and get rid of this because that's pretty standard. We played 3 copies of Fright for Patchwork and 2 polymerization. Polymerization is absolutely super busted in this deck. Having it in the graveyard actually came up quite a bit, having Guardian Chimera already on the field to make it untargetable, so that was immediately immensely clutch having poly in the grave for that reason. And Patchwork is just so good. Now there are times where you are not going to have access to another poly and an Edgimp, so your 3rd copy may be dead, but realistically it's not a card that I want to cut. I mean, from the entire deck, you know. Game 1, it is still really useful just so you can make sure that you're able to see your polymerization, but games 2 and 3, you're more than welcome to go ahead and sight it out for what you know is going to be really impactful against your opponent. So that is really essential, making sure you're playing the most optimal cards to go ahead and help you guys win. For the rest of the spells, we play 3 copies of Book of Moon, 2 talents, and 1 Called by the Grave. In the event I would take out the 3rd copy of Patchwork, I'm most likely going to be putting in a 3rd copy of Triple Tactics Talents. The card's actually super ridiculous. There's so many times where I'll get like ashed, or I'll still be able to draw 2, or they'll draw me and I'll look at my opponent's hand and rip something from it. It's just, Talents is just such a good card right now. There's no reason why you should not be playing it, so that's pretty much where I stand with that one. And then Call by the Grave, just in case we get some, ashed at a really bad time and we don't have the talents, we still have Called by, so we can still go off, and it's all good to go from there. Oh, grab my side deck. For the extra deck, guys, I played 2 copies of Chimera, King of Phantom Beast, and then 1 copy of the Chimera, the Illusion Beasts. I didn't get to go into this guy, I think more than once, but I mean, this guy is instant OTK machine right there, so you have to play him. 2 copies of Guardian Chimera, of course. And then I'm going to go ahead and get you guys the branded package. 1 Lubellion, 1 Mirror Jade, 1 Albion, and 1 of the Rinbrum. Just go ahead and round up our branded package. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Also, what's really cool is that the Big Wing Burf. Actually, let me go ahead and get into the side deck before I start revealing too much of the sauce. And then for some super poly targets, which actually came in super clutch, we have Predaplant, Regostapelia, Mud Dragon, Starving Venom, Garura. We have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, of course, and Magnum the Reliever. All really essential cards in making sure that we're able to go ahead and pull off the victory, guys. Mud Dragon and Garura came in super clutch. I think super poly is extremely underrated in a deck that can definitely play it, so that was amazing to go ahead and have that versatility, which of course we do play in the side deck. So side deck, we have 3 Nibiru, 2 Radiant, the multidimensional kaiju. I like Radiant because it is a fiend monster, so in the event you need to fuse with it, so you're good to go from there. I did want to get a little bit spicy, guys. I did play the King Tiger Wangu, which came up super clutch in my duel against Sprite. I ended up searching this guy off Big Wing Baphomet before I was even able to conduct my normal summon, or if it was like turn 2 or whatever it might be, but I was able to summon out the King Tiger Wangu, and this card is an absolute blowout card against anything that summons small monsters. Pirelli, this card just wins. Sprite, this card just wins. Anything that summons level 14 or 100 attack monster, 14 or lower attack monsters, this card is an absolute blowout, and the fact that you can search it is super clutch because Big Wing Baphomet searches a level 4 beast. This is level 4, it is a beast, so it searches it, so super amazing to have that versatility. Of course, we already said we played 3 copies of Super Polymerization, the secret rares, of course, which are like dollars. And then for the back row hate, 2 Cosmic, 1 Feather Duster, not much more to say about that. And then 3 copies of Evenly Matched, which again are super clutch and very underrated, honestly, in this format. I think they actually plays really well into the Unchained board, so that is something that is worth considering moving forward. But honestly, guys, I think my biggest issue with this deck right now is that it just has a really bad matchup against Unchained because it primarily just pops cards in the field, and all that you're doing to your opponent is pretty much just giving them free advantage at that point. But against every single other deck, I think that Chimera brand has an amazing matchup, just because it has a really strong early game, so strong that honestly it just takes over from that point. So has so many interruptions. You can go ahead can use. It has access to cards that a lot of decks don't have. It has access to cards like DPE if you want to go ahead and play him. It has access to cards like Dragoon, Mirror Jade, Guardian Chimera. Again, some of the strongest fusion monsters in the game. So honestly, I just want to go ahead and get this out there, guys. This deck is absolutely nuts. I would highly recommend it to anyone who's looking to jump into the game, wants to play a Yugi deck. I would use this 100% over playing Dark Magician, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm going to continue playing with this deck. I really like its playstyle. Honestly, I'm still new to playing fusion style decks IRL, so it's been a nice little change of pace for me. You know, it's been kind of fun, but I don't know. We'll see what the format holds. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.